learn more about the other guys as we go. And yeah, I guess if you look at it selfishly, it's very, very gratifying. And again, I'm like a little kid on Christmas Day, or a little kid in a candy store that is looking forward to a chance to play a good Auburn team and win a national championship.
Are there other career landmarks you could point to and say, hey, I've felt this feeling before?
I thought when we played Oregon State in 1994 for a chance to go to the Rose Bowl, that was a monumental game. After I don't know how many years it was before since we went, I thought that playing in the Fiesta Bowl was a monumental game. I thought that playing in the Holiday Bowl against Texas, that good football team was and then the Oklahoma, those were big games. Oklahoma State. I thought last year's Rose Bowl game was, yeah. There's been some. I've been lucky. It's not about me again. You're asking me the question, so I'm saying I, but I don't really like I as a choice of words. Been very fortunate in my career to have played in a lot of big games, and none bigger than this one, and none more exciting than this one. And you know, somebody pinch me, because I think I am alive, and yeah, Rob, I'm fired up for this opportunity. I mean, it's a good football team that we're going to play in a storied conference and a great program, and Cam Newton, and who's, you know, listening to all the, you know, the talk, probably going to win the Heisman. And can we stop him? Will we stop him? I know we're going to try.
How similar is it to what you faced in Terrell Pryor at Ohio State though last year?
I don't know enough yet, because I haven't seen them play, and I haven't seen their film, but I would say probably very similar, because it's a big quarterback that can run. This guy might be a bigger quarterback. I think I was checking today. I would say this tongue-in-cheek, kind of laughing. I think that he's bigger than 8 of our defensive starters. So I think he is, because I think he's like 6'5", 250, right? So I know he's bigger than all our DBs. I know he's bigger than all of our linebackers. And I know he's bigger than Kenny Rowe. So that's 8. But that doesn't, you know, discourage me or anything like that. It's just a fact, and we have our work cut out for us. But I'm not worried about Auburn tonight. I'm not saying I'm not worried about Auburn. I don't want that to be misinterpreted, but not tonight. We'll start all that in a couple of days or so, and I haven't been more excited in a long time to play somebody and to see if we can do this. You know, I mean, I do remember, Rob, that Colorado had rushed for like 400, 500, 400 yards against Oklahoma, Texas, and Nebraska in back-to-back weekends. And when we watched that film, it was like, I remember watching the film of our staff, and with our staff, and I was saying, you know, this isn't a highlight. These aren't highlight plays. This is an actual game. And they had rushed for umpteen yards against those 3 opponents at back-to-back-to-back. And nobody gave the Little Duckies a chance. And every game's different, but the Little Duckies were good on that day, and that was a special moment. And we looked forward for that challenge. This one might be even greater, and I'm fired up for it, because I really am. I think that when you're a little guy, you always kind of grow up being the underdog, and I'm not saying we are the underdog, but you grow up that way, and I look at it that way, and I like that feeling. I like that feeling, and probably just talking too much. You know, we've carried a burden of for the last 4 or 5 weeks of being #1 in the country and having to win. It was like a playoff, you know, having to win that weekend, and then having to win the next weekend, and then having to win the next weekend, and that's a tough situation to put young men in and maybe have a team be in, especially when we knew it was writing on it, and now we get to say, hey, we get to do this, so there's no regrets, and there's going to be no disappointment, and there's going to be no losing sleep or nothing like that. Just the excitement of getting to play in a big game on a big stage for the first time for us. Let's go Ducks.
I was curious too if you
Thank you.
just kind of off the cuff, if you talked to Mike at all. I know you guys talk.
Coach Bellotti, we've texted each other. I mean, last night.
What his emotions were. I mean,
Well,
probably happy for you.
Last night I didn't know if I could talk to anybody, but there was a lot of text messaging from friends across the country and coaches that I know, and obviously relatives and the whole 9 yards and calls and all that. And Mike and I text each other today, with the banquet and then coming right to this, we really have a chance to talk, but we will talk. I have no better word than to say this is really special. This is really special, and obviously now that you're in it, you'd like to win it, So we'll prepare like we always do, and do the best we can. And I really relish the challenge.
You talked a little earlier about being the underdog. You like being the little guy. It's funny because a month ago you guys were the king. I mean, you guys are the unbeatable space age program. But then it's sort of flipping less. Where now you are kind of, you're the Pac-10 going against the SEC. You're the
Right, and that's the way.
I mean, is it?
That's the reason I'm saying that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Does it even? It seems like that might actually help you guys a little bit in terms of the mindset or just the challenge. Or does it? I mean,
I don't know how to answer that really. I'd be searching and stretching. I like the feeling because I would have to believe that with Cam Newton and Auburn and what they've done in the SEC that we would be the underdog. I don't know. I don't set the line and any of that stuff, and I don't gamble. But I don't know. I say that because that's just kind of the sense that I get. Those things probably come out as soon as tomorrow, right? And all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
It's pretty close. I mean, but you are in terms of the polls and the BCS standings. But you'd rather be in this position. I mean, you like being in this. Not rather, but you like being in this position.
I don't want to take anything away from our team and our guys, so I hope I'm not saying too much. I just think that when the challenge is greater, to me it's more fun. Because if it was easy, anybody can do it. And so, this isn't going to be easy, and maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I like the challenge, and we'll see what happens. But we're going to practice hard and do our best come January 10th.
Thanks, Nick. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You talked about yesterday about 5 decades